Hello everyone and welcome to Rodan Man's Reviews. So today we're going to take a look at the Batman Hush from Mafex. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. I've heard it pronounced either way. I know some people say Mafex. I've always just said Mafex, so that's what we're going to go with. So if it's Mafex, sorry. I'm just going to say Mafex during the video because I've never really gotten a line on how it's actually pronounced. So this is the Hush Batman from the Hush storyline that came out a few years back by Jim Lee. I never read that storyline. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've actually been away from comics for a while now. I was really big into them as a kid and as a younger man, but I've kind of been away from the comic scene for a while now. But when I saw this figure, I thought, wow, that is really cool. I've owned a multitude of different iterations of Batman from when I was a little kid, starting with the old Mego Batman figure and some other ones that I've, collected during the years that have come and gone. Even as recently on my channel, I did the review of the DC Multiverse Batman, one of the DC Multiverse Batman figures, which is a cool figure in and of itself. McFarlane Toys has come a long way. I feel it's not the best Batman figure in the world, but it was decent. So, taking a look at this Batman, though, so there's a lot to unpack with this guy, so let's just go ahead and get with it. First of all, you get the packaging, which I thought was particularly cool. Just kind of how it's set up here. You get multiple pictures of the figure on the back, and things that he can do, things that he has, things like that. We get, a picture on the side. Of course, I've removed all of the contents, all of the accessories, another picture of the figure right here on the side. So let's take a look at him and see how he compares now. This Batman, this cape, as you can see, is just massive, right? So the thing that I do like about it is that it's wired, so you can kind of bend it into different positions. You can kind of make it look like it's blowing one way if you want. Kind of swing it up around him if you want to do that. You can definitely do it. There's all kinds of things you can do with this cape, so I like that. It's almost too much, though. I mean, it's a great cape. Don't get me wrong; it's a great accessory, but it's a lot, man. It's big. It's a big cape. So if you get this figure, just be aware of that. The figure itself. So we'll take a look at our articulation here. So he's got, our regular 90-degree arm stretch that we can see here. He's got a really good bend, or swivel, at the bicep. We do have a double jointed arm. We have a swivel on both of the hands. His head does look up pretty well. Head does look down really well. We've got an ab crunch, but as you can see, if you go too far back, there's kind of like a little bit of an opening there. Not a big issue really, but if you're going to pose him in that position constantly, just be aware that there's kind of a little gap there, right? We've got a double bend on the legs, right? So he's got double joints on the legs. The feet point down, they point up. There's also a hinge right here on the feet. Okay? So we've got a hinge there on Bat's feet. Right? So kind of everything that you would expect from most modern, your Marvel Legends, your a lot of the figures that we collect, right? That we see. It's kind of got that. So now I kind of consider Mafex figure, especially this Batman and the other Batman, the newer one that's actually the black and gray version. They're what I would consider as far as Mafex, it's like a premium figure. They're usually at $100, sometimes more. This figure was no exception. Really well done, though. I don't pick up a whole lot of the premium figures, so when I got this one, I definitely wanted to share it with you guys. And we'll go into what accessories come with him. One of the things that he has is this kind of yellow belt here, which with the blue and the gray, having this yellow here really kind of sets it apart. Because there's so much blue and gray, when you look at him, it almost kind of blends with him. But I do like the paint apps. He's got some, it looks like some very subtle shading there. I guess maybe a very subtle wash. I don't know, just how they did it. So, and the detail is great. I mean, just as far as the paint apps, as far as the detail, as far as the sculpt on the figure, it's really, really good. I can see why, they would consider this a premium, a premium figure. He does feel like it's a step or two above what you might normally pick up at your at your Walmart or your Target or on Amazon or what have you. I mean, not that you can't get them on Amazon, but you know what I mean. It feels like a figure that's that's a little bit more than what we normally get. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look also at the accessories. And there are a bunch of things that you get with him. Mostly it's hands, right? So there we go, handful of hands. But wait, there are some more hands, right? But wait, there's some more hands. So there's a bunch of hands for Batman. What we've got is and just taking a look, right now I've got kind of like the open hand on the left hand, and then we've got a fisted hand on the right hand, right? So those can come off. We've also got, just to give you guys some examples, so we've got this kind of clawed hand, which is like him just holding on to some batarangs, right? And one thing I've noticed about these Mafex figures is it's really hard to get the hands on, man. It is not, I would say it's really hard, but it's definitely like you got to kind of push maybe a little harder than you sometimes might want to push, right? So, and that's just kind of on there a little bit. You got to kind of twist it on there a little bit. Which is good. I mean, because you're getting the, you're making sure it's like a snug fit, but it's also kind of worrisome because that peg there at the end ain't the biggest thing in the world, you know what I mean? So yeah, you really kind of want to be careful with that. So we've got a batarang hand. It's almost like a claw. And then we've got, let's go ahead and we'll put on one of these hands. So this is for his, for his little gun where he shoots the projectile out of it, the grapple gun. There you go. So let's go ahead and we'll pop this hand on here if we can. If I break this during this video, I'll be so sad. But okay, so there we go. So we've got the grapple gun hand on there, right? So, and I could probably put it on there a little bit tighter. There we go. So we've got that, and we've got the clawed hand. We've also got, right, so in the grapple gun, we can put this little grappling hook deal. So we could put that in the end of it. As you can see, there's a little hole there. We just pop that in. So now he's getting ready to fire the grapple gun. But we also have this big long thing here. And this is metal. I don't know how durable this is. I mean, I guess it's okay. But you could put this in the end of the gun. And it's like he's, I'm going to slide this back a little bit, guys. So it's almost like he's firing the grapple gun, right? So he's firing it up in the air. Or he's firing it up over near a building so he can scale a wall or what have you. So yeah. So we get the grapple gun, and there's a grapple gun hand for both hands. So you could put it in his right hand or his left hand. Doesn't matter. Same with the batarang hands, right? So we get those for the left hand or the right hand. We can put them in either. It's no big deal. We also get this kind of open hand here. I wouldn't say it's open. It's kind of like a semi-open hand, and I'll show you why. Let's go ahead and we'll put this is kind of more of a semi-open hand, right? Or semi-closed, however you choose to view it. And we'll pop this on here. All right, so now with this hand right here, as you can see, it's almost like it's kind of what the hand looks like, right? Oh, I'm using the other hand, but it looks like that, right? There you go. So, and what that's for is he actually comes with, and I'll show you guys this in a moment as well, but he comes with several Batarangs, which are, again, very small things. So you can put one, I think you can put even two in one hand, maybe. We gonna be asking too much to do that? Maybe it won't fit in there. I don't know. Oh, well, there you go. So you can kind of put two. I think it just looks better with one, but you can slide the second one in there if you like. So he's got the Batarang like he's getting ready to throw it, right? And we get actually a couple of different, let me try and get him to stay. So we get a couple of different designs on the Batarang. So we get this one right here. I'll try and hold it in the palm of my hand so you guys can see it a little better. So we get that one, and then we get this one that's kind of a little bit bigger, excuse me, not better, but some people might think it's better, I don't know. But it's a little bit better, a little bit bigger, and a little bit curvier. I'll try and get in there. A little bit more curvier, whatever. And you get two of these each. So you get two of the smaller Batarangs. You get two of the bigger, like curvier Batarangs, more curvy, what have you. So it's a lot of stuff that you get. You get a multitude of different hands, semi-open, fisted hands. You get a hand right here that's got, let me pop this hand off and see. This one has got, it's almost a fisted hand, but it's kind of got like a little groove there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to get it in there so it's not blurry for you guys. But if you pop this one on, it's almost like something he can hold on to the edge of the cape. See how he's doing that? Pretty cool, right? So you get a multitude of hands. I mean, you just get a lot of stuff with these figures. And honestly, I kind of, when you're paying what you pay for a Mafex, what have you, figure, I kind of feel like you should, you should get a lot of accessories. There should be a lot of really cool stuff that comes with it. And then we've also got, of course, an additional head. So let's pop that off. And as you can see, got a little ball joint down in there. And Bats' head area here. We can pop this off. Boop. There we go. And then we pop. And now we've got Angry Batman head, right? So there you go. So this Batman, and I'll try and get in there a little bit so you guys can see it without it getting blurry. See, he's kind of gritting his teeth. He's kind of got the angry thing going on. The other head was kind of more like he's not smiling, but he's not growling at you either. This head, he's growling at you, okay? This head, you've definitely made Batman mad, all right? So we've got that head for him. But wait, we have another head as well, folks. We have another head. And this head is the Bruce Wayne head. So very cool, right? So we get an unmasked Batman with Bruce's head on there, right? So Bruce looks down. Bruce looks up a little bit. He doesn't look up as well as the Batman heads do, but he still looks up a little bit. He goes from side to side. And as you can see, he's got some pretty good motion from side to side. The head itself is You know, so it's got the neck that's like the doesn't have the costume on it. It doesn't have the blue neck like we have with the two mastheads, right? And you just kind of pop him down in there, and there he is. There he goes. So we got a Bruce Wayne. So just a lot of things. Oh, and then one last thing, we do have this stand that goes with Bats. So if you wanted to put him in a really cool pose, let's put a head on him here. So if you wanted to put him in a really cool pose, you could do so. I don't know how sturdy the stand is. I'll be quite honest with you. It seems like it's okay. It's not the best stand ever, and it seems like it's kind of wanting to fall a little bit. But if you wanted to put him in a pose and kind of put him up in the stand, you could probably do so. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't seem very... It's not the worst. It's not the best stand I've ever seen, but it's definitely having a little bit of an issue holding Batman's weight there. So don't know how I feel about the stand, but the rest of the stuff is really, really cool. You get a lot of accessories. You get 2 mastheads. You get a Bruce Wayne head. You get the stand, such as it is. You get batarangs. You get the grapple gun. You get the extended, I'm shooting the grapple gun thing. Grapple gun hands that go, you know, on either hand. And then, of course, the batarangs. We get these. So just really a lot of accessories to go along with Mafex Batman. So yeah, I really am happy with this figure overall. Again, the stand is probably the weakest part of it, but just in general, a really good figure. If you get a chance to pick the figure up, I would recommend it. I understand it's probably something that's a lot of folks might not be interested in some of the higher ended stuff because it's just a little more expensive than our, you know, $20 or $30 Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series and DC Multiverse figures that we're mostly into, but still a great figure. And I said, you know what, I'm just gonna grab this figure and kind of spoil myself and, you know, give a look at one of these Mafex figures and see what's going on. So definitely a cool figure. If you get the chance to pick them up, definitely do so. I do have the black and gray figure, just got it recently, so look for a review of that one coming soon. It's basically the same figure as this blue and gray one. You know, it's just him with the black and gray, you know, the black cowl, the black cape, the black gloves and boots and everything, and you know, still with the gray. So definitely keep a lookout for that video because it's coming. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, and I'll see you all next video.